Hello and welcome to SK Live. I'm your host Prasen Maudgal, and thanks again for tuning in to yet another episode of this lockdown series. Today we're going to be joined by a very special guest. We're going to be joined by Rohan Bopanna, who's one of the most well-known figures in the tennis industry. Hi Rohan sir, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Ratan. How are you doing? Nice to be here chatting with you today.
Thank you so much, sir. It's an honor to be speaking to you. Thank you so much. We all know how you actually got the tennis racket in your hand instead of a cricket bat, unlike any other Indian. But if I was to take you back to 2002 when you made your Indian team debut at the Davis Cup, how was that like? What were some of the nervy moments that that you had to face before you actually got onto the court?
I mean, not only 2002. Before that, when I was playing juniors, I mean, I didn't have great results. So, but I should thank my parents for that, for constantly keeping me encouraged and a lot of support for them to irrelevant of the results, because what they had in mind was it was not about doing well in the juniors. It was the senior circuit which is becomes a real challenge. So they asked me to keep doing the right stuff, keep persevering, what I was doing and what I loved the most. And then when at the age of 21, it's 2001, and I won a big tournament in Chennai, and that was a kind of a breakthrough tournament for me, which then got me selected into the Indian Davis Cup team. And thankfully from 2002 to 2020, I've been part of the Davis Cup team. It's definitely been a great learning experience, over the years. And now I'm, happy to share that experience with, a lot of my teammates there. There are a lot of the youngsters who are coming. And, thanks to Leander and Mahesh, who was part of the team for many, many years, I learned a lot from these guys, which made me a better player.
Okay, that's very nice. In 2010, I think it was one of your best years. You actually reached the quarterfinals of Wimbledon. You made the top 10. You also reached the final of the US Open. So now that you look back at your career, was 2010 one of the most crucial years of your career so far?
I mean, 2010 was the breakthrough year for Sam Qureshi and myself. Going back then, there is always a year which you have to try and break through. It's not easy, just playing the ATP 250 events. The Grand Slams is where, you have to make a mark and have a breakthrough. And that year, like you mentioned, Sam and myself both had great results on the Challenger circuit the previous year. Then we shared it onto the ATP circuit. And then, when we went on to do well in, both the slams in Wimbledon, and then, of course, reaching our first final of Grand Slam in New York. And that was really special and a big breakthrough for us.
That's lovely. Ramanathan has actually left a string of comments saying he always loves to have fun when you're around him, and you're an inspiration to many junior and senior players. What do you have to say about him as a player and as a teammate?
I think the best match I have watched Ramkumar play is at this last Davis Cup tie against Marin Cilic. I mean, for him, he is somebody who plays with a lot of confidence. Yes, I've had some great times. I mean, we are a very handful of players from India. So, it's really nice when, players can get along. Like I said, I mean, I'm happy to share a lot of experience, what I've had over the years. And he's someone who's building his game really well, getting better, definitely, with his age. And I think that really transpires into his game. And when he's relaxed, I think that's when he plays the best. And, he's a great guy to be around.
That's very nice. I think Ramkumar, you're listening. So Rohan sir has his advice for you. But sir, speaking about your experience for so many years, over time, we've actually seen that a lot of the singles players really go back and go into the doubles category once they cross about 27, 28. And there are not too many single players, going all the way, into the Grand Slam or anything for that matter of fact. According to you, is that a matter of concern that there's a lot more presence in the doubles category than the singles category?
Well, I think that purely depends on the fact, because one of the main reasons that we don't have tournaments in India. It's very difficult, it's very expensive for, to players to constantly travel. For me, like I said, it was a breakthrough year at the age of 30. At 2010 I was 30, and then there was a big difference between my singles and doubles ranking, so I made that call to take doubles professionally. Of course, now doubles has become more lucrative, which has helped a lot of players. But having said that, if we still need to produce a lot of players coming out of singles from our country, we have to have more tournaments here. I mean, I'm talking about starting from the futures level to challengers level before we go into the big ATP circuit. I mean, we have maybe one or two challengers in the whole year, which is, and we're competing with countries like, Italy, France, the US, which have 25, 30 constantly tournaments. So you're not even leaving the country, but you can play so many tournaments. I mean, that automatically brings in a lot more great players and champions. And, I think once we have that, it'll make a big difference. And I keep saying that each state, if we have one future and one challenger, there itself it sorts out a lot of tournaments, and we'll have 100% more singles players coming out.
And I think over your career of 20 years, you've been asked this question, but I think this should be asked again. Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, who's your favorite?
I mean, Federer has always been, my favorite. One of the main reasons being, he has a single-handed backhand.
Yeah.
When you watch him play, and of course, I got the opportunity in 2006 to play against him in Halle. So in singles, so after that, he's always someone constantly learning from, not only on the court but off the court also, the way he conducts himself, the way he goes. He has respect to all the tennis players out there. I mean, of course, all these players today, they are really, really great for tennis in general. That's why tennis is so popular, because all these guys are role models for the younger generation, and I think that's the best thing we can learn from each and every top athlete.
Okay. And a couple of days ago, or I think it was yesterday, Djokovic actually suggested a relief fund during these times. And at the same time, Dominic, Thiem also made a suggestion that the lower ranked players shouldn't really get assistance. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, being someone who's actually promoting youngsters, do you feel that what Thiem said doesn't really go in parallel to what Djokovic suggested with the relief fund?
I think if you the main thing was to whoever read that should be reading the whole article, because Dominic Thiem said that he is supporting a lot of players, but obviously where he thinks is right, and he's doing a lot in his country, and he's been doing for I mean, what Djokovic has suggested is a fantastic thing to really help a lot of players, and no player is being forced to support or not. Everybody has his own opinions, own choices, and I think both the players were extremely correct to do what they what they did. At the end of the day, they are still supporting a lot of players, giving back to the sport in many, many ways. And I think it was just taken out of context what Dominic said, and I don't think that was the right thing to do.
Absolutely. Coming back to your tennis, Sania Mirza has actually said that she's very excited to partner you in the mixed doubles category at Tokyo 2020. Is that something that you're looking forward to as well?
No, not at all, because Tokyo 2020 is not happening.
2021, yeah, Tokyo 2021.
So yes, 2021, yeah, definitely. I'll look forward. If I get an opportunity to play with her, yeah, it'll be great. No doubt. And I think we had a really tough outing in 2016, and it was a heartbreaker for both of us. So if you do get an opportunity again, yeah, we'll definitely go out there and give it everything we have, and try and get that medal for the country.
That's nice. That's very nice. So many years of experience, and now you're actually working towards getting more youngsters into the picture with your Rohan Bopanna Tennis Academy. A cousin of mine, I was studying Anav Sri's place there, and he's told me a lot about how the culture is really excellent there and how the kids get a lot of support. So what was the motive really behind starting that, and how do you look at that as something that can really contribute to Indian tennis?
So one of the main things, first I looked back at my junior days, and I was thinking what I did not have and what could have been done better. Yeah. And actually, being part of the sports school, here. It's a one of its kind in India, the first of its kind in India. It's a school which has multiple sports and education from first standard all the way up to post graduation. So that was actually the game changer. I mean, of giving opportunity for kids to play tennis while simultaneously having the education also, and everything is incorporated in one center here in Bangalore. So once you enter the gates, you don't need to go anywhere. Everything is in there. We have a full-fledged gym. We have a physiotherapist. We have a nutritionist looking after the entire facility, the food facility, and we have an in-house guy who's just focusing on tennis-specific fitness. So what I really wanted to concentrate is to give an opportunity for kids to come and train under one roof, because we have a lot of kids, couple of kids, like in Bangalore, a couple in Chennai, a couple in Delhi, one in here, different states. So I want them all to come to under one center and push each other, and that is where I think you will try and. I mean, I think that that's the best way to give an opportunity for a young guy to become better.
Okay, that's nice. There's a question here. Someone's asking you to tell a bit about cardio tennis.
Yeah, I mean, cardio tennis is just a fun engagement of fitness and tennis on the tennis court. It's played with some music. I mean, everybody wears a heart rate monitor. So, in our class, I mean, each individual is almost losing about 600 to 700 calories without knowing it. He's having fun. He's playing some tennis. Simultaneously, he's doing a lot of other drills of fitness related. So you are burning a lot of calories, and just the enjoyment of it is something which is just for some, mainly for parents and other people who have not played the sport, but to understand, coming into cardio tennis and seeing what tennis is all about, and maybe that translates to now putting their kids into the sport.
And your social media presence is very, very strong. And we can see that you're having a lot of fun apart from tennis. You're cooking, you're making chiro tea, you're making sandwiches, you're making your own coffee blends and all that. So do you have any plans of, taking up cooking, or, becoming a chef, or coming up with your own coffee brands like that once you hang up your boots?
Definitely not becoming a chef or anywhere close to that. That is just something, thanks to my mom and my sister who are excellent at that. I was just trying my hand to see if I even come anywhere close to them. And coffee, yes, of course, I've started my own coffee brand. And, coffee has always been part of our culture coming from Coog. It has been there before my tennis. So just been enjoying doing that, and coffee is something I really feel that here in Karnataka and India we have some great coffee, and I really believe that coffee culture can really pick up, and we have to promote Indian coffee.
That's very nice. I think being from South India, coffee is one of the main things that we really live on. So it's fantastic that it's actually coming out. So we're going to have a quick rapid fire round. I know that you don't have too much time with us, but a quick rapid fire round. So first question, if you were to team up with one player, it can be anyone, even including Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, to play with you, who would that be?
Nadal.
Nadal, is it? Is that because it's his birthday today?
Yes, absolutely. You're right.
It's very nice. But is there a reason you actually picked Nadal? Just asking.
I mean, one being a left-handed player, that, and he plays exceptional doubles. I mean, he has a very, very good idea of the game. He's, he's also an Olympic gold medalist, in doubles. So, I mean, that's also one of the reasons that, I picked him.
Okay, that's nice. And your favorite Grand Slam event and your favorite non-Grand Slam event?
Grand Slams are all my favorite. There's no non-favorite, but the most favorite is Australian Open.
Okay.